Sometimes as a Washington Commanders fan, I'm not even a fan, but sometimes I just don't get this front office. I really don't. You traded Jahan Dotson, arguably your second best wide receiver on the roster, to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now you're wondering why I'm probably not in the shot right now, and it's because this is crazy. I mean, like, you really got the boy over here ready to go for the season, looking to have a big jump this season, and oh, we got a trade. So you're telling me no, the incompetence of Washington's front office is wild. Okay, breaking news right here. First of all, good morning. Okay, good morning on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. They're gonna kill Jaden Daniels. They're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him. The Washington Commanders have traded wide receiver Jahan Dotson in a fifth round pick in the 2025 NFL draft in exchange for a third round pick and two seventh round picks in the 2025 NFL draft. Are you kidding me? Jahan Dotson for three nobody picks? Washington, what are we doing? He has no weapons. We thought, okay, Terry McLaurin, right? Fine. One of the best wide receivers in the game. Jahan Dotson coming into his own, gonna be obviously a top 17, 18, top 20 wide receiver in the game this year. Then you go draft Jaden Daniels, and then we're like, okay, the Commanders, they're back, right? We haven't had this much promise in them since RG3. Don't sell me on Dwayne Haskins. Rest in peace, by the way. Don't sell me on Sam Howell. I love Sam Howell. I thought Sam Howell was going number one. But we ain't gonna talk about that, right? Don't sell me on other guys that they try to bring in. Alex Smith and others. I mean, hey, Alex Smith, one of the most gruesome injuries ever. But Washington Commanders. First of all, you changed your name from the Redskins to the Commanders, but before that, it was the football team. The two most errors years of my life. Jahan Dotson. You traded Jahan Dotson, right? To the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles. Excuse me. I can't believe it. You let Jahan Dotson go to a team that breeds on trading for wide receivers and drafting them, by the way, and giving them extensions when they get there. Jahan Dotson will get an extension because AJ Brown got one. Oh, yeah, he'll get one. It may not be this year, but it's going to be shown next offseason. He going to get one. If he plays up to what we know Jahan Dotson can play like when he was at Penn State, the boy get one, okay? He's getting an extension. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Paris Campbell, John Ross, and now Jahan Dotson, that's going to kill you. It's going to kill you offensively. Then you have Jalen Hurts, the boy. We love Jalen Hurts over here, right? Then you got Saquon Barkley. There is no reason why the Philadelphia Eagles should not win the Super Bowl this year. You have all the offensive weapons that you can get. Saquon Barkley has reinvigorated himself as a top 15 running back in the league. Yes, he was top 5 at one time, but yeah, the injuries kind of put him back on the totem pole. Then you have Jalen Hurts, arguably a top 5 quarterback in the game. I think he's top 7. AJ Brown, one of the top 5 or 7 wide receivers in the game right now. Devontae Smith, top 15 wide receiver. Jahan Dotson, a top 20 wide receiver. Then we get down to the studs in terms of who the ones have been overshadowed. The ones who have been overshadowed, right? Paris Campbell was great on the Colts, enamourous on the Colts, right? Then you have John Ross, who we all thought was, Tyreek Hill 2.0 on the Bengals, right? Joe Burrow had a weapon. No. Bust. But reinvigorated himself on the Giants a little bit. And now you put him on the Eagles. They're gonna let loose John Ross on the Eagles. You just gave the Eagles a fifth wide receiver. Jahan Dotson is obviously going to be wide receiver 3 behind AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. That's a no go, obviously. So you're looking at a depth chart of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, John Ross, and Paris Campbell. That's wild. It's 5 wide receivers along with Dallas Goedert. It's crazy. Crazy to think about. What the Philadelphia Eagles are doing is nothing less than what the Tampa Bay Rays are doing. It's like you cut salary cap, but then you also pay them on team friendly deals. They're literally doing the Atlanta Braves strategy. Team friendly deals is what we do. Howie Roseman, you did it again. And yes, I'm continuing to look on my phone because I want to know more details of this trade because, you know, I don't understand it. And not to mention, he had a great game against the Eagles last year. So this Harry Roseman was probably looking at that as like, you know what? We can't let this guy keep burning us. We need to go get him. Why would Washington trade him though? If you're trying to cut players, and not even trying to cut players, if you're trying to build a team around Jaden Daniels, when you think keeping the youngest wide receiver there and the most talented one on the roster so he could build with him, while Terry McLaurin is going to be on the wrong side of 30 in a couple years, it makes no sense to me. But hey, I'm just going to let the incompetent franchise be the incompetent franchise. It's like the Colorado Rockies. They don't know when to trade the right players. They always trade the wrong players, okay? So if you're the Commanders, you got to bounce back and go get Brandon Ayuk now. This is the only way this trade will suffice. If you go get Brandon Ayuk from the 49ers, I don't care what it takes. If you got to give up a backup wide receiver and a couple of picks, a fifth, a fourth, and like a seventh next year, I'll do that. I'm not doing anything else. I want to keep my draft picks. If you can give up a pick in 2025 and 2026, you do it. If they still haven't come to an extension by tomorrow, time's up. Tomorrow's Friday. Time's up. I need for Brandon Ayuk to understand that you're not really the guy that you say you are. And you're not going to get the contract that you think you're going to get. Jamar Chase asking for $260 million, that means nothing to me. Nothing to me at all. He's not going to get it. But I'm going to tell you something. The Washington Commanders better go get a wide receiver and they better be Brandon Ayuk because Brandon Ayuk and Jaden Daniels out here hanging out and stuff, going to the malls, taking pictures and stuff, talking about, oh, that's my boy. Oh, we from the foe. Y'all not from the foe? And yes, I'm saying it like that. Stop, okay? We know y'all want to be paired together, okay? So just go ahead and go to your respective GMs and say, hey, I want this trade to be, I want this trade to suffice. I want this trade to occur. This is what I want to do. If you can help get me here, I will help you get it. Draft capital back. Can we agree on something? And if you don't agree on that and you want to be there, hurry up and agree to an extension, please. Because the season starts in less than 2 weeks. And if Brandon Ayuk thinks he's going to sit out, oh no. If I was a GM, I would have been trading him for table scraps. If you don't want to be here, go. Fine. Right? We're not going to work with you because you have 4 years on your contract to figure out if you want to be here or not. We're not going to work with you. You have 4 years when you're a rookie to come in to figure out if you want to be here or not. Now, yes, if we trade you in one of those 4 years like Jahan Dotson, who had no choice, then, oh, well, hey, I had to do what I had to do in order to save money or if we want to go get somebody else, right? But once again, that's incompetence of Washington, D.C. The Commanders are an incompetent franchise, just like the Washington Wizards. But we're not going to talk about that. That's another video for another day. But the Philadelphia Eagles have no choice but to win the Super Bowl now. Their offense is too good. Forget stats. Forget what Jahan Dotson did. Forget what you see on paper. Look at what they can do on the field. We know how good they can be on paper. Look what they're going to do on the field this year. If Jalen Hurts can win MVP, they can go far. If the Philadelphia Eagles stay healthy, they go to the Super Bowl. If the Philadelphia Eagles go to the Super Bowl, they're going to win. But their defense has to step up. The offense is great, but can the defense do enough to stop Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow, or CJ Stroud, whoever it is, or Tua Tagovailoa? It's going to be one of those 5 or 6 quarterbacks that they're going to meet in the Super Bowl if they so go, if they're fortunate to go. So, begs the question, can the defense, Jordan Davis, Nolan, all of these guys, Bradbury, right? Can these guys do enough to help out the offense so that way Patrick Mahomes will not win 3 in a row? Can these guys do enough to replicate 2017? Or will this just be another repeat of the Patriots Eagles Super Bowl when Donovan McNabb was quarterback? I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I am. There's no reason why the Philadelphia Eagles do not win the championship this year. Philly, Philly?